for more about what things are like there at MDC. Justin Paperny joins me now. He's a prison consultant who served more than a year in federal prison for investor fraud and conspiracy, and also the founder of the firm White Collar Advice. Good to have you with us. I mean, this is, my colleague Kara Scannell has also done some reporting on this. To say it doesn't have a great reputation, maybe putting it mildly at this point. There have been a number of issues and concerns about this jail. What is it like inside?
Well, it's so bad. There's an interagency operation taking place right now to investigate all of the problems. In New York, it's understaffed. It can be difficult to get people to work there, together with the violence and suicides, and with the Bureau of Prisons not wanting any risk, they're going to confine him 24 hours a day. I can tell you, my partner served 26 years in prison, including 8 years in the penitentiary and 1 full year in the hole. And he said after he got out of the hole, life was measurably easier. So it's difficult and the hardest part of the experience, going through detention and just serving so much time in segregation.
There was an ask for him to be separated over concerns about just how high profile this is. There's typically a 21-day evaluation, as I understand it, while they determine where he needs to be in the facility. Can you talk to us more about that process?
Well, they're going to evaluate him, and even after 21 days, I suspect they're going to keep him in segregation. There's an irony that he allegedly took out this healthcare executive due to predatory behaviors. He is now in a predatory environment. So for that reason, the prison system cannot have any additional issues following the Epstein debacle and all of these investigations. So we have clients right now in this detention center who will say, even though you're allowed to shower a few days a week, it may be one shower a week, brush your teeth once a week. Many don't know if it's morning or night. So this will be a very difficult experience for him, and he has to learn to focus on what he can and cannot control, but he should expect to spend a great deal of time in segregation and learn to enjoy his own company and somehow, some way find meaning through this very difficult environment he allegedly created.
This is the same facility that houses Sean Diddy Combs, right, who is being held on sex trafficking charges. Do any of these, especially these high-profile folks, when they would be there, defendants in MDC Brooklyn, who would they cross paths with? Or would all of these well-known defendants, as we look at them on the screen there, would they all have been separated simply for security reasons?
For security reasons, these high-profile defendants are going to remain separated. So food should be brought to their cell and as much isolation as possible. You can expect people in prison get bored. They want to create some excitement in their day. You saw he was in a prison in Pennsylvania. Prisoners were yelling outside the windows. So having a high-profile prisoner brings some excitement to their day. So it's a predatory environment, and someone could be looking to make an example out of him to get on the media or potentially go on TV once they're released, or just bring attention to themselves. The BOP cannot have problems. For that reason, he will not be spending time, in my opinion, in general population, fraternizing with other prisoners like Diddy and Bankman-Fried and others. He should be alone for a long time in isolation, and it's the hardest part of the experience. I will say, even if he gets sentenced to life in prison, once he gets that ultimate prison, he'll feel like it'll feel free compared to what he's enduring right now. This is the hardest part.
Yeah, there is also a separate conversation to be had about just the way that he has garnered so much public support for allegedly killing a man in cold blood on the streets of New York, and what that says perhaps on a larger level about society. When we look at where things are, how much would the general prison population there, how much would other folks who are at MDC actually know about him, and whether they would know that he's there?
They know that he's there. It gets around. I've been in prison, and there's a lot of gossip, so the news will get around pretty quickly. And you can expect some people to be enamored by him. And we tend to be enamored by celebrity in this country anyway, and we have to own that's what he is, a celebrity. So some prisoners are going to be enamored. They're going to like it. Some are not going to care. Others are not going to like that he's getting this attention. So there will be I say, when I went to prison, it was easy. Nobody knew me. All eyes are on him. So he should adjust accordingly, not try to manipulate this environment to his liking. A lot of prisoners do, because they're used to getting what they want whenever they want it, especially if you've been raised with some privilege and background, which is something I can relate to. So if he ever makes it to population, they could offer him iPhone, drugs, things that could make his stay easier. And I would tell him, understand what follows every decision you make on the inside, because certainly people could be looking to exploit and take advantage of you. That's prison.
Justin Paperny, appreciate the insight. Thank you.
Thank you.